हेलो 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 क्या आवाज़ आ रही है? क्या आवाज़ आ रही है? हाँ आवाज़ आ रही है। चलो हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू द लाइव स्ट्रीम। जैसा कि मैंने बोला था, आज गेंशिन की स्ट्रीम होगी हमारी। आज हम स्टोरी क्वेस्ट करेंगे। न्यू फॉन्टेन की क्वेस्ट करेंगे। एक और किधर है? एक यहीं कहीं होना चाहिए भाई। ये सब आजकल इन्होंने इतना वो कर दिया ना, बड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग कर दिया। पहले ऐसे नॉर्मली दिख जाता था भाई। कभी कभी किसी चट्टानों के बीच में भी डाल देते हैं। ये बीटी लगता है क्या? चलो अपन को क्या, अपन यहाँ से सीधा पानी में तो डाइव मारेंगे। कूल लगते थे। अरे सीरी है। लेट्स सी, क्या हम पानी के अंदर जाता है या फिर जोंगली मरेगा? आई थिंक जोंगली मरेगा। ये आई थिंक मैंने कर लिया था। नहीं अरे यहाँ पे कुछ है ना, यहाँ पे कुछ है, यहाँ पे कुछ है। टूट गया है तो ये गेम लैगिश क्यों है? थोड़ा चेक इन द सेटिंग्स। ग्राफिक ज़्यादा हाई हो गए हैं क्या? रेसिंग कौन है? और यार ठीक है। गेंशिन को 60 FPS से ऊपर देना चाहिए था सपोर्ट। ज़्यादा सही लगता। चलो तो हम अपना आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट कर रहे थे। पहले ये कर लेते हैं। नहीं क्वेस्ट आया इवेंट का। लेट्स सी। लोग भी भाई गाइस जल्दी 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 मैसेज स्पैम करो अपने लाइव आने का। कमेंट सेक्शन भर दो। और अगर आवाज़ आ रही हो अगर कुछ हार्ट बीटिंग की, तो मैंने अपना हेडफोन हार्ट बीटिंग पे नहीं लगाया, तो ये सवाल बार बार मत पूछना। ऑडियो कम करना तो भाई, म्यूज़िक बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया।
Snappity snap, printy printy printy, stackity stack stack stack.
Oh, yeah, I'm cool dude.
Whoa, those two are kind of big deals.
Yes, we are, bro.
Hey, you two! Can I take your picture?
अब जहाँ भी जाता हूँ वहीं लोग पागल हो जाते हैं।
Does she mean us? Why does she want our picture?
पैसे चाहिए, वो पैसे
Guess we
चाहिए
better
अपन
get
को।
used to the celebrity treatment, huh?
अपन
Can't
को
blame the
पैसे से
fans for
मतलब है।
wanting a photo of them.
पैसे दो, फोटो लो। हेलो अल्फा
But
कोस्टी
if
लाइव,
this is for
वेलकम
anything
वेलकम।
besides your own personal use, then we're legally allowed to charge you. Wait, what would they call it here? An appearance fee?
फोटो
Photoshoot
फी।
Absolutely! It's just an honor to be able to photograph the Ace Adventurer duo. How does 1.5 million more sound?
और बहस किया।
Sure, that sounds fine! Hold up, how much did you say
पायमन
again?
कितनी खूबसूरत है। अब दिमाग से नंग गया
Did
उसका।
Paimon hear that right?
अरे भाई मेरा
That's a
कैरेक्टर भी
lot
क्या
of love for just one
सेम।
photograph. Maybe a little too much. Are we really worth all that?
Sound this sounds to be good.
You guys are overreacting! This measly 1.5 mil is just the start. If you're interested in working with me as a photographer, you could potentially be taking home anywhere up to 9 figures.
Thank you,
Snap
thank
some
you,
snaps
Alpha
and
Ghosty.
stack those stacks. 9 figures? That's... wait.
पायमन
Every
गिन नहीं
1,000 is
पाएगा।
3 figures plus 1 for the 1, so 1 million, that's 7, plus 2 is 10 million, 100 million. 100 million? Yeah, this all sounds too crazy even for Paimon to fall for it. What kind of racket are you running here? You planning on flashing a couple of famous faces to con innocent people? Con innocent people? You took the words right out of my mouth. But you got it back to front. My goal here is to rid Tevat
Hello,
of
Chandu bro.
everyone out there who's trying to con innocent
अभी तो
people.
ये कटसीन चल
Help
रहा
me
है, कटसीन के
out,
बाद
and there'll be
देखता
a
हूँ.
big bonus in it for you.
Whoa, back up a little. Seems you skipped a couple of steps. How did you get from photography to crime fighting?
Well, it all has to do with an important problem in law enforcement that often gets overlooked. Target recognition. Common sense says that if Gardamex want to fight crime, the first thing they need to do is identify who's a criminal and who isn't, right? But what happens when a Gardamex mistakes an honest citizen for a criminal, or sees someone brandishing a weapon in public but fails to flag them as a potential? Think of the poor fisherman whose fishing rod gets mistaken for a spear, or the crafty crook who carries around a metal pipe to club his victims with, but dismissed as a regular plumber.
Okay, fair enough. You're kind of making sense now.
Great.
देख रहा हूँ चंदू bro,
Okay,
बस
so
ये कट खत्म
let's
होता
say
है
I disguise myself as a cat, or a dog, or a finch, or a pigeon, or maybe even a blubber beast, because why the heck not? So I'm walking around the city streets like an escaped amusement park employee, and a Gardamex sees me.
Oh, that's cheating! A Gardamex not gonna do anything to some cute little critter. Also, what kind of...
Bingo! Right answer. Gardamex are incapable of registering cats, dogs, finches, pigeons, and, of course, blubber. It is actually fairly logical if you think about it. Removing all the near-zero risk entities from the target database boosts performance in most situations. But here's a quote from a recent report in the Steambird. Several keen-eyed thieves who noticed a flaw in the Gardamex detection systems disguised themselves as blubber. Completely blind to the would-be blubber beasts, the Gardamex made no attempt to enter...
Wait, so this act... Okay, that's pretty good.
Exactly! And currently, I'm in any clockwork
भाई
and,
कितना
if all
लंबा
goes
होता
to
है,
plan,
सोचता हूँ कभी
the Palais
देख लूँगा.
Marmonia will...
नहीं इतना ही लंबा
And the reason you wanna-
बोलता
Wow!
है.
What do you say? Crucially, with...
Forget tomorrow. We can't stand by and do nothing. They're a criminal
अपन को
crew.
पैसे चाहिए.
And just like, okay, take this. It's an image I've already looked... Let's get this show...
ठीक है. During the event, use the image sampling camera to take pictures of targets that Pauline points out randomly. Obtain a special sample. You can take out a shot of 10 shots per day, and these will be reset the next day. So you can exchange samples with your friends during this event. Okay. A special camera मिला हमें. ठीक है. Today's photos are opponents with wing-like structure. Gift samples. Alright. Thank you, Spellbound. Thank you. क्या मैं गिफ्ट कर सकता हूँ सबको? मेरे पास तो खुद ही नहीं है. क्या ही गिफ्ट करता हूँ उसके बाद? अच्छा, opponent like wing like. इसका लोकेशन यहीं पे है. अच्छा पहले हम चंदू ब्रो का योई मिया कर लेते हैं. वेट 88364146. ओहो ब्रो 56 ट्रैवलर 70,000 भाई साहब 2K अटैक. ओहो क्या खिलाया भाई इसको. रेस्ट R5 नाइस नाइस नाइस. 38 109 62 159 एनर्जी चार्जर 100. पायरो डैमेज बोनस नहीं दिया इसे. अच्छा ठीक है. क्रिट रेट क्रिट डैमेज तो होना चाहिए था इसमें. HP ये वाला भी फिर देखो HP है इसमें. या इसमें अगर अटैक होता या एनर्जी रिचार्ज होता तो अब बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा होता. ये वाला सही नहीं है. HP परसेंटेज ठीक है. ये वाला उतना कुछ खास नहीं है बीच में. HP अटैक मेलेमेंटल मास्टरी डिफेंस ने फिर टंगरी आ दी. क्रिट डैमेज ठीक है. क्रिट रेट थोड़ा लो हो गया है. ओवरऑल काम चला हुआ है ठीक है. और अच्छा हो सकता है लेकिन अच्छा है वो पीस. फिर ये क्रिट रेट 18% बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त भाई. बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त क्रिट रेट है भाई. मेरा इतना कभी नहीं 18 आया ही नहीं. आई थिंक मेरा मैक्सिमम 12 गया. क्रिट डैमेज 5.4, डिफेंस फिर से टंग रहा है, मेंटल मास्टर 23, ठीक है। यहाँ पे अटैक अगर मिल जाता तो बहुत अच्छा होता। जैसे 2K तुम्हारा ऑब्वियसली है ही, कोई इशू नहीं है। इसमें एनर्जी रिचार्ज होना चाहिए था तो और अच्छा हो जाता। क्रिट डैमेज कम है इसमें, लेकिन ठीक है अच्छा। अरे भाई भागता कहाँ रुको। क्रिट डैमेज का सर्कुलेट बहुत बढ़िया। अटैक HP क्रिट रेट इसमें भी 6 का है, बहुत सही है। फिर गॉबलेट में अटैक है तगड़ा। भाई कहाँ चलाते हैं इतना। क्रिट डैमेज अटैक 68 भाई साहब। एलिमेंटल मास्टर 44 HP, ये भी सही है, बहुत सही है यार तुम्हारा। टैलेंट सबने 10 किया हुआ है। डबल क्राउन नहीं, आई थिंक ये 11 होता है ना। ओवरऑल तुम्हारा बहुत सही बना है यार तुम यूवी में। कितना डैमेज देती है ये भाई? जो तुमने 2K जो दिया ना भाई, 2K डैमेज जो तुमने अटैक बनाया ना, इसको बहुत तगड़ा बनाया। 52/156, ये भी सही है। एनर्जी चार्ज बहुत अच्छा है। फिर हाइड्रो डैमेज बोनस भी अच्छा है। यूएमिया पे मे भी अगर हो सके तो, क्योंकि हम बोलेंगे कि एनर्जी चार्ज और थोड़ा करो। 100% आई थिंक हो जाता है इसका, जनरेट हो जाता है उतना जल्दी एनर्जी। आई डोंट थिंक कि उतना जल्दी हो पाता हो। हार्बिंजर ऑफ डॉन, इस पे वो क्यों नहीं, सैक्रिफिशियल क्यों नहीं दिया ब्रो? सिंचू को बेस्ट काम करेगा पार्टिकल जनरेट्स करने में। हाइड्रो डैमेज बोनस, एलिमेंटल मास्टरी 40, क्रिट डैमेज 15, ठीक है। अटैक HP सही है। एनर्जी रिचार्ज 22 पॉइंट्स, ये तो कम है। HP ठीक है। एलिमेंटल मास्टरी ओके। अटैक ठीक है। अटैक वाला 10% 6 सही है। HP एनर्जी रिचार्ज बहुत बढ़िया। एनर्जी रिचार्ज भाई तुम्हारा। क्रिट डैमेज कम है लेकिन ठीक है। तुम्हारा ओवरऑल कितना ही है? 156 से काफ़ी है इसके लिए इतना आई थिंक। और ये क्या है? फ्लावर मास्टरी 37, क्रिट डैमेज 15। क्रिट रेट थोड़ा ज़्यादा होता तो अच्छा होता, लेकिन ठीक है। अटैक भी तुम्हारा सही है, 14.6% है। क्रिट रेट सर्कुलेट 31%। ओह, क्रिट रेट और सर्कुलेट क्यों नहीं मिलता हमको कभी कभी मेरे मेन कैरेक्टर के लिए? क्रिट डैमेज 22 भाई साहब, ये कहाँ से उठा के लेके आया ये वाला? क्रिट डैमेज 31%, सॉरी क्रिट रेट 31%, क्रिट डैमेज 22% भाई साहब। और ये HP 269, डिफेंस इसमें टंगड़ी हरा दिया। एनर्जी चार्ज ठीक है इसमें, ओके। और क्या देख लिया था मैंने? ये देख लिया था क्या? ये देख लिया था, ये देख लिया था, ये देख रहा था। हाँ, ये ओवरऑल सिंचू बहुत अच्छा है। लेकिन तुम उसको ये दो ना, इसका ये एक बार ट्राई करो। मे बी एक बार इसको वो डाल के देखो इस पर। वो ट्राई किया तुमने? ये क्या नाम है, सैक्रिफिशियल स्वॉर्ड ट्राई करो। इससे इसका वो बार बार आते जाएगा ना, तुम स्पैम कर सकते हो। और उसको अगर रिफाइनमेंट 5 तक पहुंचा दोगे अगर इसका ये सैक्रिफिशियल को, स्वॉर्ड को, बहुत सही है तुम्हारा। प्लीज कैन यू टॉप अप इन माई अकाउंट, आई नीड प्रीमोस। ब्रो प्रीमोस तो हमें भी चाहिए। ये लान एक मिनट, 2051144। ओहो भाई तुम तो हमसे भी बड़े 30 मार खानो। ये लान कहाँ है? यहाँ लियन का मेरे आई डोंट थिंक आई डू कंसीडर मेरे को 30 मार खान। मैं भाई लाइक एवरेज चिल टाइप का बंदा हूँ, मस्ती के लिए खेल रहा हूँ। इसको और बढ़ाओ, एनर्जी रिचार्ज और बढ़ाओ। 157 आई डोंट थिंक इज इनफ, और ट्राई करो इसको बढ़ाने का। 71 क्रिट रेट ठीक है। 257 क्रिट डैमेज बहुत ही तगड़ा। HP 29 ठीक है। मेरा भी 29 ही है आई थिंक। ढंग का आर्टिफैक्ट्स मिलता ही नहीं HP के साथ। ओहो भाई साहब, आपको ऐसे मिलाक करा तभी तो क्रिट डैमेज इतना है। अच्छा HP क्रिट मास्टरी 35, क्रिट रेट 14 सही है। एनर्जी 4 का, अटैक 33 ओके नाइस। क्रिट डैमेज डिफेंस लगे, एनर्जी 5.8, क्रिट रेट सही है, एलिमेंटल मास्टरी 40 है, ठीक है। HP नहीं मिला तुमको, क्या HP है यहाँ पे? HP परसेंटेज होता है, इसके बदले तो बहुत सही था। ये हाइड्रो डैमेज है, एनर्जी 5 है, क्रिट डैमेज 13 है, क्रिट रेट इसमें कम है, लेकिन ठीक है। ओके 71 तो है ही तुम्हारा ऑलरेडी। ये तो अभी देखा था, तो अभी नहीं, ये नहीं देखा था। 22, 3.9, 16, 23, ये भी ठीक है। ओके 21 क्रिट डैमेज, 14 क्रिट, भाई सब कहाँ से लाते हो ये सब पीस। 5.2, अटैक 5.3, अच्छा है इसका, ये तो अच्छा है। एनर्जी चार्ज और इसमें अच्छा होना चाहिए था। अटैक से तो स्केलिंग है नहीं, इसका HP से स्केलिंग है। अटैक ठीक ही है, फिर ज़रूरत नहीं था उसका अटैक का, लेकिन अब है तो क्या कर सकते हो। 999 नाइस, बहुत सही है तुम्हारा ये लान, बहुत सही है। ये कहाँ गया, ये लान भी तुम्हारा सही है। 71 पे तुम्हारा 257 है, बहुत सही। लेकिन एनर्जी रिचार्ज ट्राई करो तो बढ़ाने का। चलो तो हम सब कहाँ थे? अरे यार किधर, कहाँ जा रहा हूँ? स्टोरी क्वेस्ट करना था मैं। हेलो अल्फा, हेलो। आज एक आर्कॉन दूसरे आर्कॉन को बचाएगा। किस किस ने ये कंप्लीट कर ली, मुझे ये बताओ। स्टोरी क्वेस्ट फॉन्टेन की किस किस ने कंप्लीट कर ली है गाइस, जल्दी बताओ, जल्दी बताओ। जो कोई भी नया लाइक करो, सब्सक्राइब करो अगर पसंद आए तो। ये आवाज कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं गूंज रहा।
Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Neuvillette did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Excuse me. Would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. You can see yourselves in.
वो तो हम सब वैसे भी जाने वाले अंदर।
Everyone's so busy. Seems a lot has been happening.
Now cut to Monsieur Neuvillette. लगा, मैंने कहा था ना, मैंने cut to आएगा।
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters I must tend to first. In the meantime, please have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside know.
इसकी आवाज सही पता चल रहा।
We just ate.
Matter हो गया, matter.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
कितना देर बैठाओगे मुझसे Neuvillette?
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the fortress of Meripede. And it appears that you have managed to complete all the release paperwork.
Yep.
That's right. And we came here to see you right away.
अब हम सब खुले आजाद प्राणी हो चुके हैं। You and Paimon can evaluate everything that happened to the primordial sea in the
A massive
child.
whale.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea. A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tivat. Therefore, we can only assume that child is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how? Is he okay?
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place.
Hello,
I'm not
Nord.
completely sure how I could have
Welcome to
gotten
the
there
stream.
myself. Yes, what is it?
What was the tremor we felt at you?
Oh, right! Paimon felt it too! We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
अभी तो twist है ही नहीं bro, अभी तो twist आना बचा हुआ है, ये तो कुछ
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
Croissant.
The water levels
Poisson
rose?
croissant बड़ा.
Oh no! What about all the people?
more complex than Inception. नहीं भाई,
Fortunately,
Inception
the
से तो
water levels
complex
only
नहीं हो
rose for
सकता
if the
है.
change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse
Croissant
than it
and
appears.
croissant.
Navia should be
Similar
in
vibes
Poisson,
है
right?
guys, similar
We
vibes है.
need to go check on her.
ये Spina di Rizula headquarters
I would
है.
also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there.
There's no
कोई
time to
problem नहीं
lose.
है.
Let's get going.
चलो चलो.
Please be careful.
अरे bro. अरे. Hello Spellbound, if you get extra yellow sample of event, give me one. Sure. No problem. I will. Right now I am doing the art conquest live. अरे किधर जाना है? अच्छा रुक जाओ चंदू ब्रो रुक जाओ करता हूँ, मैं करता हूँ, 1 मिनट रुक जाओ. अरे किसने फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट भेजा? चंदू ब्रो ने भेजा. 88025. अच्छा उसी अकाउंट में था क्या? ये तो मैंने देखा था उसी अकाउंट में आपका. वेट 14 HP है. 1300 डिटेल्स. 57:201. नाइस. ब्लैक की फगाटे. अरे शॉप वाला वेपन मेरे पास इतने बचते ही नहीं भाई जो मैं शॉप वाला ले पाऊँ. HP ठीक है. क्रिट डैमेज, क्रिट रेट. ये पीस कुछ खास नहीं है ब्रो. क्रिट रेट के अलावा मुझे और कुछ खास नहीं लगा इसमें. तो अगर इसको चेंज करना है तो करो. आई विल टेल यू डैट. ये वाला क्या एलिमेंट है? मास्टर क्रिट रेट ठीक है, क्रिट डैमेज भी ठीक है. ये वाला पीस ठीक है तुम्हारा. बस डिफेंस में थोड़ी सी टंगरी आ रही है बट ओवरऑल ओके ये पीस. फिर ये आप तुम्हारा एलिमेंट मास्टर 19, क्रिट रेट 12, क्रिट डैमेज ओके सर. एनर्जी चार्ज 10 है. सही है. ये पीस भी ठीक है तुम्हारा. में क्रिट डैमेज है. वाह भी वाह. एनर्जी 11, अटैक 33, एलिमेंट नंबर 42, क्रिट रेट 10. सॉरी 13 क्या पढ़ रहा हूँ मैं. 13 दिमाग में घुस गया. 10 ये सही है. ये अच्छा है तुम्हारा. 62 पे 10. नाइस. और ये बचा एनिमो डैमेज बोनस. क्रिट रेट 6.2, क्रिट डैमेज 12, डिफेंस अटैक. ये ठीक है लेकिन ट्राई करो एक और. अगर एनिमो डैमेज बोनस निकाल सको इसमें तो सही है वो और अच्छा. तो ट्राई करो कि ये ओके सर. ये पीस ज़्यादा सही नहीं बस ओके सर. कॉन्स्टलेशन है. ओहो भाई साहब C3 कॉन्स्टलेशन है. टैलेंट्स ये क्राउन किया तुमने इसका. एनर्जी चार्ज कितना है? 121. ओके है. नाइस. अच्छा है. 121 आई थिंक काफ़ी होना चाहिए चीज़ों के लिए. या तो 125 भी कर सकते हो. सही रहेगा. मेरे पास तो एजो है ही नहीं मेरे मेन अकाउंट में. क्या ही बोलूँ मैं. ओहो congratulations on getting furina on your main.
Every journey
ताली बजा
has
दो यार.
its
ताली
final
बजा दो.
day.
हमारा ऐसा लक कब होगा भाई. फुरीना मिल गई है. अच्छा इधर है. गिलहरी. The guard makes sense here.
Busted.
मैं सेंचुरी क्यों यूज कर रहा हूँ? क्या? अरे इस पे नहीं चढ़ना. बड़ा हामी बंदी करते हुए यार. उठाओ. ये चीज़ मुझे बहुत बकवास लगता है सबका कैरेक्टर। जोंगली के उस पर चढ़ जाएंगे। अरे किधर जाना? भाई सब शार्लोट चाहिए था, अब मिल गया फुरीना भाई साहब।
Oh no! What happened here?
Clutch. Shout out please. Not by shout out to you bro. Shout out to you.
Navia should be around.
Lord. You got 2 furinas. Furinas now. One on your
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share memory?
Lol. ये बहुत फनी इंसिडेंट हो गया इनके साथ। मैं तो भाई पुल नहीं करने वाला हूँ शार्लोट के लिए भी, भूल के भी नहीं पुल करूँगा मैं।
We haven't seen a single soul all the way
उनको
here.
लूज नहीं करना अपना पिटी।
Whatever do now?
Look, there's someone.
Just stay put. We're coming up. Watch your balance.
ये बंदा अच्छा ऊपर हो गया।
All right.
जो कोई भी नए हो गाइस सब्सक्राइब कर दो अगर पसंद आए तो। अरे भाई
I'm not young anymore. How will I survive on my own?
ये कौन सा बात है भाई?
He looks pretty sad.
My leg! How could this have happened? It hurts!
Just hang in there. Help is on the way. You can hold my hand if it makes you feel better.
लौंडे हुआ क्या भाई, सब पूरा बर्बाद हो गया क्या ये हर जगह से? एक मिनट, ये कौन सा मैंने मिशन स्टार्ट कर दिया? मर जाएगी ये, मर जाएगी, कूद का आएगा कट सीन्स में जो भाई होता है ना।
She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
नाविया अपनी जॉड है, वो जिंदा हो गई, लगा ही था।
You're here.
भाई जब यहाँ से हाँ
We heard there was a situation.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
हमारे वॉयलेट ब्रो किधर है, दिख नहीं रहे आज स्ट्रीम पे।
Demoiselle, there was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to...
He's wounded?
How badly?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof. Once the water receded and he saw the ground, he became terrified and...
भाई इतना क्या?
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right. You'll be in charge. I'm sorry. Where were we?
The situation in Poisson?
Croissant?
Ah, right. Allow me to explain. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded in the waterways. But before we knew it, water started pouring out from everywhere. The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater.
Oh, primordial seawater again.
Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water leaking from somewhere. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape.
सब submerged होके खत्म हो चुका है.
As the water levels rose,
dissolve हो गया.
They suddenly disappeared. They were all dissolved. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher ground. Many were injured in the stampede, and some people fell from significant heights.
अरे भाई साहब.
The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been
A lot of casualties. Fortunately, the water began to recede after some time, and the chaos came to an end. The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of poisson are still hazardous. To ensure everyone's safety, no one knows if this could happen again. All we can...
How awful. And all of this just came out of nowhere.
It was quite frightening indeed.
Bad dreams
I
are
only-
like
Is there any way we can help Navia?
You can put us to work where we are helping.
Thank you for
Bye.
being
Kadam
so
ulur
willing
koyam
to help in a moment of crisis like this.
Some people aren't.
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here!
Don't say कि
I'll be right there.
इसका right hand left hand वाला बंदा जो सबसे important था वो भी मर चुका.
Sorry,
I
I need to
resolve
go
हो
for
चुका.
now.
अरे Violet bro आ गए.
There she goes. Seems it might
आपको
be a
ही
while.
खोज रहा था मैं. Now he walks around taking the organized matter. Her is clear as her face is mad with some expressions from
The
it.
wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary
I know,
head
bro.
count.
She is hot.
More
Kinda.
support has just arrived,
Kinda nice.
so
She is hot though.
I suppose I finally have a moment to focus on my own matters. Of course, we should remain ready for anything, and continue doing our best to rescue others. I'll be sure to have everyone at the Spina di Rosula ready to render assistance. Traveler, Paimon, would you two accompany me to my father's grave
अरे
for a moment?
क्या तो bro.
Huh? Right now?
Welcome Violet bro. Welcome.
Thank you.
हमेशा की तरह फिर से लेट हो लाइव स्ट्रीम पे. ये क्या चीज़ बोला? The girls once wept. Witness the Poshan disaster. अब किधर जाना? तो ये क्या स्टार्ट हो गया? मेन चाहिए ये. सिमेट्री जाना है हमें. तो यहाँ से चलते हैं. तो ब्रो फुरीना निकाल रहे हो या रेडे निकाल रहे हो?
Take it easy.
तुम भी आई थिंक रेडे नहीं निकाल रहे हो. यहाँ पे तो लेनी का जो मास्टर था जिसने सिखाया था वो यहाँ पे है. नहीं यहाँ पे हम सब. अच्छा हाँ स्पीना दी रिजुला के भी तो फादर यहाँ पे हैं. मैं भूल गया था.
Not a lot of
Raiden
people here,
simp.
huh?
Aha, you are like my kind of people.
Given the time of day and the whole...
Right.
भाई.
That's
अपन भी Raiden
how
तुम भी
things are
Raiden.
now.
सही है.
Navia?
अरे रो मत यार. हाय तो लग रहा है जैसे क्रिस्टल्स गिर रहे हैं उसकी आंखों से.
Navia, what's wrong?
नको रोते
sorry.
बाबा.
I just... Malus and Silver, they won't ever come
अरे
back here
भाई.
again. What should I do,
दोनों मर
Papa?
गए. अरे भाई साहब.
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but still, I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time, and they were caught in the seawater.
अरे भाई साहब.
What should we do?
कुछ नहीं कर सकते. पायलट
I've
हम उन्हें
known
जिंदा
them
नहीं
for
कर
so
सकते.
long,
चुप हो जा.
and I know they weren't afraid.
मत रो रही. नाविया. रो दिया क्यों बोल रहा हूँ. नाविया नाम इसका.
I could at least hold a funeral for my father, and I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just gone. I just can't.
They are the heroes. They're the heroes, Navia.
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand.
दोनों
Besides,
बहुत सही
the
बंदे
scenery
थे यार.
here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even have a picnic. He wouldn't be angry, would he?
How could Master ever be upset with you, demoiselle?
भाई तो
Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not? Everyone ends up here sooner or later, no matter who you are.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, aren't you?
No need yet.
हीलर नहीं है ब्रो
But when I do,
ऐसे कैसे
I hope you'll let me be buried beside
नहीं है
Master
तेरे पास क्या?
Callus, Demoiselle.
Hey, stop joking around.
I'm quite serious. That way, it will save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
अरे
That
तभी
makes
तो
sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you, Demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
बाबरा ही है
Why
सिर्फ भाई,
are
तब
you
तो
bringing this up all of a
दिक्कत है।
sudden? Seriously?
याओ याओ नहीं है मेरे पास लेकिन कुकी है मेरे पास
All right. I'll remember your requests.
भाई
But
साहब
I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I had to visit you two somewhere else.
I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I am breaking that promise.
सेम ब्रो याओ याओ मुझे नहीं
I'm
मिला
sorry for letting you
जिस
see
टाइम
me in a
याओ
mess
याओ
like
आया
this.
था आई थिंक उस टाइम मैं
I
खेल नहीं
don't
रहा था
usually
ब्रेक
cry,
लिया तो
really.
सेंटर में
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But
नहीं तो आई डोंट थिंक कि याओ याओ फ्री में मिल
she
रही है वो तो
understands
बैनर
how
पे
you
थी
feel.
I'd always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me. Many things can only be accomplished with someone else's help. Malus and Silver have helped me so much. But by contrast, I
अच्छा तो
could
अभी
do nothing.
लैंटर्न राइड फेस्टिवल
them.
उसमें मिलेगी याओ याओ फ्री
I'm
में
so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
Thank you. By the way,
लैंटर्न राइड तो आने
you
वाली
can
है
have a look at this. It's a list of victims from the incident that took place here.
Obena,
ओ लास्ट टाइम मिला था
Burnett, Giverny, Francine,
चूज
Karina,
कर सकते थे
Daisy
उसके साथ और
Ray,
भी कोई कैरेक्टर्स था क्या
Joinville,
हमको तो पता भी नहीं था इसके बारे में
Esson,
सेम सेम
as
मैंने
well
उस टाइम
as
पे बीच
Malus
में
and Silver.
उस टाइम पे आई थिंक मैंने ब्रेक किया हुआ था
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And you're right. We lost Malus and Silver. But we were able to save more than we anticipated. The overall outcome indicates that the cost was worth it.
Right. Don't think that way,
भाई
Navia.
जो कोई भी आओ
One
नए नए
person
आओ
might be
अगर
saved
तुम्हें
at the
स्ट्रीम पसंद
expense of
आया
another,
हम सबसे
sure,
बात
but
करो
that
मस्ती
isn't
मजाक करो
something we should
चोरियां भी
ever
कर सकते हो, कोई
consider a
दिक्कत नहीं।
trade.
पसंद आए तो
Malus and
सब्सक्राइब
Silver
करो
were not the price for saving anyone.
you know
They
it
were
kind of
heroes.
make me feel
You're right.
happy like happy
Thank
cat
you.
have you
What
seen
you said just now was
बस वैसे ही
pretty.
Oh. Really?
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
अरे Archelino
The knave?
अच्छा नहीं
What are
नहीं
you
भी बोल
doing here?
सकते। ठीक है
Is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're
Poisson.
preparing to relocate them to higher
another moment
ground.
yes
As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you very much.
Wait.
We just met recently.
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. But that thanks to the knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
रेडन के बाद
Mutual aid
कुछ
is
time के बाद I
essential to
think यही
fostering
आने वाली
positive
है।
developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing.
लेकिन मैं सोच रहा
That
हूँ कि
said,
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इसका
I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on.
पहले मैं
I'm
इसका
sure you
गेम प्ले
understand what I
देखूंगा
mean.
तभी मैं सोचूंगा इसके
I
बारे में पुल करने का
apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations. I hear that they've also...
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill.
You've witnessed that. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity. Perhaps one day, you'll also be able to help me in the same way.
मैं तो न्यूविलेट निकालूंगा तब आई थिंक रिडन के बाद न्यूविलेट भाई न्यूविलेट चाहिए मेरे को
I won't forget your kindness.
ये भैया जो हैं ये हमारे वो भी उन्होंने न्यूविलेट निकाला एक बार उनके अकाउंट से खेल रहा था भाई सब न्यूविलेट खेल के जो भाई फील आता है यार भाई सब जो फील आता है
You and your as Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price paid for other salvation. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying some noble-sounding words. But right now, there's nothing more suitable. They really did become heroes.
You're right. I'm sorry for your loss. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that people always say that prophecies represent fate. Fortunately, I've never been one for such opinions.
तो वो चार्जिंग में टाइम लेता है
अब
फिर उसका छोड़ता है तो बड़ा फील आता है कामयाब घंटे टाइम भी टाइम लगता है
to take care of, and the children need my attention. By the way, traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
All right, then we'll just... huh?
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could... You and I both know that there may be issues with the primordial sea. Previously, it was the fortress of Meripedes. Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times and seem to be worth investigating. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation, my people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration.
So that's why the Fatui were already...
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched. Linny told me that outside of the house, the person they trust most is you. Which is why I want to give you this task. The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you. I'm sure you... The intel I just...
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right? Handle that.
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to it?
Well, there's no point besides.
Since you put it that way, I have no objections. What do you say? All right?
Okay, the three...
Ooh, nice. एज़दा बोल सकते ब्रो एज़दा मेरे को पसंद नहीं आता भाई साहब बहुत बीटी देता है बंदा कहाँ गया थंडर मैनिफेस्टेशन ना भाई वो तो ठीक है वो उतना ज़्यादा नहीं लगता है मेरे को उससे बस डॉज करना है उसका वो अटैक सब हो जाता है आज़दा में भाई बहुत बीटी है भाई साहब उसमें अब तुम उसका एलिमेंटल के हिसाब से देख के जाओ ये करो वो करो भाई साहब और फिर जब मारने जाओ बीच में जब एकदम फुल सब हरामी आदमी बे दूर रहो अभी तो वैसे अगर वर्ल्ड बॉस का अगर अच्छा तुम्हारा थंडर मैनिफेस्टेशन नहीं इजी तो है भाई हुटाओ के थ्रू तुम तो मार ही सकते हो उसको आराम से ज़्यादा बीटी नहीं हाँ अब हुटाओ के थ्रू वो करो रनिंग में तो वो स्टैमिना तो खाती है हुटाओ वो तो बीटी है उसकी भाग ले यहाँ से हाँ वो तो है मूव तो करता है वो बहुत वो तो है मारते टाइम जब मारेंगे तो भाई वो ऊपर उड़ जाता है जब मैं एक कभी कभी तो क्या होता है ना जब भी मैं अपने स्किल यूज़ करता हूँ उठाओ का कि अब बेटा इसको ख़त्म करूँगा तब हरामी आदमी वो हवा में उड़ जाता है I know bro, I know. लेकिन फिर जोंगली है ना, अगर शील्डर है, तुम शील्डर जोंगली है तुम्हारे पास या कोई शील्डर लेला तो होगी, तो उससे थोड़ा काम आसान पड़ जाता है, उसका डैमेज वैमेज थोड़ा वो झेल लेते हैं अपन, कोई दिक्कत नहीं होता उससे। लेला फिर लेला बहुत सही है अगर रिएक्शन के लिए। लेला हम बिल्ड नहीं किया अभी तक, बहुत आलस आ जाता है भाई सब, बिल्ड करूँगा। ये सिंचू कहाँ गया मेरा? देखो लेला 40 पे ही है, मेरे बिल्ड भी नहीं किया मैंने इसे कुछ खास, ऐसे ही छोड़ा हुआ हूँ बस, लेवल अप करके छोड़ दिया मैंने, कुछ किया ही नहीं है। C1 आई थिंक हमको फ्री में मिला था, आई थिंक कुछ इवेंट था ना, आई थिंक तो उसमें मिला था। कहाँ गया? सिंचू ले लिया मैंने क्या? नहीं लिया।
May knowledge guide you.
मैं डैमेज नहीं देता बट मूव कितना करता है, पागल आता। सो तो है, सो तो है। आज़ा का क्या कहना है तुम्हारा, ये बताओ। तुम्हें आज़ा कैसा लगता है? मुझे तो भाई वो बहुत अनोइंग, अरे 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 अरे, मुझे तो वो बहुत अनोइंग लगता है भाई, बहुत अनोइंग लगता है वो बंदा। हाँ वो वीकली बॉस है, वीकली बॉस कह सकते हो, या डोमेन वाला बॉस जो वीकली होते हैं, एक ही बात है। क्या ही बोल रहा हूँ मैं। अरे भाई ये क्या कर रहा है अंदर? गाना वाना मत गाओ तुम कान का।
Gotcha. No, my sword.
Toss over!
Huh?
Stabilize.
हट जाए।
Rain outlines your fate.
ये अभी तक कैसे बचा हुआ है? बिना शील्डर के नो चांस, बात तो है। उसके स्लैम अटैक का सारा दिमाग खराब, पास में जाना नहीं था। भाई उससे ज़्यादा बीटी तो ये लगता है ना, जब मारने जाओ तो भाई अंदर घुस जाता जमीन के, रह रहा के भाई उनको डैमेज देगा इधर से उधर। वैसे किया भाई, गेंशिन कब से हॉरर गेम बन गया?
Quietly now.
इधर चेस्ट लाओ मुझे, चेस्ट। मुझे पैसे मतलब है, पैसे पैसे दे दो मुझे, पैसे, और कुछ नहीं है यहाँ पे। चलो पानी में जाना है, पानी में थोड़ी जाना होगा, इधर है ना आई थिंक। हाँ इधर है। Oh, Spina
This
did
place has
Spina.
also been contaminated by primordial seawater.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontainian would most likely dissolve the moment they fell in.
नहीं नहीं, तो क्या करना?
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous and it won't be any help for you to just stay here. Don't get by my wrong. We're not saying you're useless.
No, you're right. I can't do anything in...
तुमने कंप्लीट कर लिया ये आर्कन क्वेस्ट?
That complicates things. Maybe the only way left is forward.
Yep.
In that case, do you...
The water levels here are unstable. And there's a chance the
कैसा
water
लगा
will
तुमको
rise.
फॉन्टेन का ये स्टोरी क्वेस्ट?
Staying here wouldn't be
बहुत
safe
लोगों को
either.
पसंद आया, बहुत
I'll go
ज़्यादा
together
लोगों
with
को,
you.
बहुत लोगों को
Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
मीडियम टाइप का। ओके ओके, मतलब कि
Alright.
बहुत अच्छा से
Come
तो
with
ऐसा
us
कम
for
कह
now
सकते हैं।
then, but please...
तुम्हें कैसा लगा? बहुत लोग तो इसको वन ऑफ द बेस्ट बोल रहा है।
Oh no, it's a dead end!
अरे भाई इसको खेल के असैसिन्स क्रीड का याद आ रहा है भाई साहब। असैसिन्स क्रीड और कौन है तुम्हारा टूम रेडर भाई साहब, ऐसे ही जाना होता था वहाँ पे साइड से दीवार पे करके। अब किधर जाना? इधर। अब इधर कैसे जाऊँ? तो इधर रास्ता। हेलो। अच्छा बट सुमरू के टाइम रिपीटेशन अच्छा नहीं है। हाँ वो तो है भाई, वो तो इंसेप्शन वाली फीलिंग देने के लिए उन्होंने सोचा कुछ एक्स्ट्रा करते हैं तो ट्राई किया, लेकिन वो अच्छा था। वो सुमरू वाला जो माइंड फकअप जो किया था उन्होंने ना, वो थोड़ा सा बहुत गुस्सा तो आया था लेकिन मस्त था वो चीज़, कुछ अलग बनाया था उन्होंने। हेलो स्पेलबाउंड, वेलकम टू द लाइव स्ट्रीम। भाई साहब बड़ा मस्त है यार। फोटो ले लो क्या? वेट, फोटो बनता है एक। कैमरा कहाँ गया? स्पेशल कैमरा सुमरू वाला। हाँ सुमेरू वाला बोल रहा हूँ ब्रो। अरे यार डोमेन्स में कैमरा ही यूज कर सकता हूँ। अरे अच्छा यही कट सीन है ना? आई थिंक नाविया का ट्रेलर, सॉरी नाविया बोल रहा हूँ। क्या होता है गाइस बताओ मुझे, बचती है या मरती है ये? और भाई अपना लौंडा बोला नाविया। ले हो गया बीटी हो गया भाई सब, बीटी हो गया। नाविया सेव, शार्लेट फॉल, नाविया सेव। स्पॉइल नहीं करूँगा। अच्छा ठीक है। एक मिनट।
Demoiselle? Huh? Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
ये क्या मौत से पहले वाली जो फीलिंग्स आती वो है क्या इसकी?
Some time to herself, Malus.
Oh, was I?
Yes, it would appear so.
I must be tired.
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh, right. I nearly forgot. It must have slipped my mind when I dozed off. I haven't had a nap today yet. Have I?
It's in between. अच्छा
It's a familiar feeling yet.
आऊँगा ब्रो, लीथल के लिए आऊँगा। अभी थोड़ी देर बाद आऊँगा। अभी एटलीस्ट को थोड़ा सा और कंप्लीट करने दो।
Something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. I'm fine. I was just trying to recall why we came out for a walk.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who had a debt dispute with him, and we'd resolved the matter not long ago.
We were headed to see how things were going with him at...
Ah, right. Yes. I remember now.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus.
सुमीरू वाला क्रॉस में तो भाई एक सेकंड के लिए मुझे वो लगने लगा था।
How have you been?
I've been great. Thanks to your... They were knocking at my door day and night. Even my neighbor Obina was getting fed up with them.
Sometimes force is required to calm someone
I will
down
try,
and
bro.
get them to listen to what you have to say.
मैं कोशिश करता हूँ। दिख घर में कुछ ना कुछ काम ही आ जाता है भाई, क्या बोलूँ?
Oh, by the way,
लेकिन I will try. मैं तो डेली ट्राई करता
give to Miss Navia again?
Oh,
मैं तो
yes.
सोचा ही हुआ है कि एक दिन में स्ट्रीम करूँगा और एक रात में स्ट्रीम करूँगा
Miss Navia,
या शाम में।
these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. They're a very good variety, and they'll become
सबसे
very
बेस्ट
big
मुझे
and
शोगन का
beautiful
स्टोरी
once
क्वेस्ट
they
लगा था।
bloom. I don't know what we would
वो
have
अच्छा
done
था, वो
without
भी
your
अच्छा था,
help.
लेकिन भाई
So this is a little
वो
token of our
राइडेन
appreciation.
शोगन के लिए जो प्रिपरेशन
you
जो
won't
करनी पड़ी थी ना,
refuse.
वो वाला जो बीटी हुआ था भाई साहब।
Did you cultivate?
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like,
हम
Demoiselle.
वो स्पेल बाउंड वही वो
Perfect.
बात
In that
कर
case,
रहे
we'll
थे एक
swap
बार।
out some of the decorative
तो उसी
plants
में
for some of
वो
Mrs.
जो हमें
Burnett's
इसके साथ क्या नाम है उसके
flowers.
साथ, अरे एक और हमारी मम्मी कौन सी है वो,
Wait.
नाम भूल रहा हूँ मैं उसका।
Something seems to be off here.
शिट
Excuse me, madam.
रेडेन की प्यारी सी
If I'm
कौन
not
सी है वो?
mistaken, your name is Burnett.
याई मिको,
correct?
याई मिको।
That's right.
उसके साथ जो रेडेन का प्रिपरेशन
no,
करना था
it's
ना भाई
nothing.
साहब।
I've heard this name. And
Archelino.
why are there so few people
Yai
around
Miko
here?
bro, Yai Miko. Archelino तो है.
Where did
Raiden की मम्मी तो
We must
Yai
mind
Miko
the
है ना.
time, demoiselle. We still have important things to attend to today.
Huh? We do? Like what?
Well, now, did you forget?
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you.
भाई साहब
Please,
कब से
come to
गिर
the
रही
opera
है
house.
जब अभी
Your
तक इसका
trial
ये
is about
खत्म
to
नहीं हुआ
begin.
है.
My trial? Wait, why would I need to go to the...
Yes, she's right, demoiselle. It's just about time now, so...
Oh?
अब आगे दिखाएगा कि नहीं दिखाएगा कि अभी वही चलेगा. ट्रैवलर बचाया उसको.
Look, it's Navia.
अभी भी यहीं चल
She's
रहा.
here.
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to... Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien.
ये तो वही है ना जो मरे हुए हैं.
Why are so many people here? And
It's a
why
trial.
do I have no recollection of this case?
अच्छा.
And as for the judge... huh?
अच्छा ये वो है. क्या नाम है इसका?
Please sit in the defendant's seat.
क्या नाम है इसका पूरा?
Don't worry, Silver and I shall accompany you.
All right. But are you sure you can stand
अच्छा
the
ये
court?
that thing. Okay.
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but today is an exception.
हाँ कोर्ट वो क्या नाम है
What kind of place do
इसका?
they think this
मैकनील
is?
डेनिल कार्डिनल.
Do they have any idea what they're doing?
वो है ना इसमें आई थिंक.
Enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Nervalette is?
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've
क्योंकि आई
done?
थिंक फ्यूरिना को भी उसी
In
ने
that
जज
case,
किया
allow
था.
me to explain. As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rasula, someone held in high regard by every
ये
soul.
ओराटिस
in
मैकनील
Poisson.
डेनिलीस
After
कार्डिनल.
you took over the Spina,
सही
you
कहा
treated
तुमने.
all of us just
ये
like
मैं
the
नाम
late
भूल जाता हूँ
Master
इसका
Callus
हमेशा.
had. If anyone in need reached
Thank
out
you.
to you for help,
Thank you,
you
Spill. Thank you.
responded. Not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the Spina di Rasula fought for the well-being of those in Poisson.
Wait a moment. Aren't you just proving that I'm a good person?
Yes, correct. Absolutely right.
भाई
We
सब
are
इस पे
one
लोगों ने
big
वो बना
family.
दिया.
All of us who are
क्या
from
कहते हैं?
Poisson, inextricably
वो
linked.
एक रिदम बना दिया. ओराटिस मैकनील डेनिलीस कार्डिनल ऐसे करके एक रिदम है. मैंने देखा था
Therefore,
रील्स
this
पे.
fair and honorable court
Shorts
shall
पे भी चल
declare
रहा है
you
बहुत
guilty,
ज़्यादा.
and you shall stay here. You will be together with us forever.
अरे forever.
Everything you have said is correct. I have indeed done a lot for my hometown, and I would be
Oh, well, if that's what you think, then I have no further comments.
लिटरल रैप कर रहा है वो भाई.
Wonderful, Miss Navia.
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now.
Wait just a minute. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and
Ways
unanimous.
everyone with
Let
that.
the court judge her now. She's guilty.
Stay here, Navia. You're one of...
अरे भाई.
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master Callus couldn't stop her.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely acted as an individual, extending her hand to help others. Please do not mistake her actions as being otherwise.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontainians here. This is the nation of justice, the nation of Hydro. Even if Miss
बगल में
Navia
मेरे
only
balcony में वो है
voluntarily
ना,
rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact
मम्मी
that her
वहीं पे बर्तन
beautiful
रख रही है।
soul must return to everyone.
तो इसलिए मैं भी
Water
आवाज आ रहा हूँ।
accepts all, blends with all. It will surely. Everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro. And in the end, everyone shall meld together. Thus, when a unanimous opinion emerges, that opinion represents justice. Now, I speak for everyone.
ना भाई खाना क्यों
Our
खाऊंगा?
opinion is consistent. Navia should stay. We and Navia are one.
इसे कैसे
And you
बंद?
would call this justice?
Preposterous.
Preposterous. You are merely jealous that Demoiselle still has a chance to exist as an individual. Have you forgotten how much you all once
This
longed to
conquest is
become
long to-
individuals,
Acha,
to
acha.
become independent?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
अरे भैंस की आँख।
If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. And
भाई
that
आत्मा वात्मा आ गया क्या इसके अंदर?
Demoiselle,
Silver, it hurts. My head is spinning. All I can see is stars swirling in front of me. I remember now. Everything that seemed odd, Karina, Desiree,
ये सब मरे हुए लोग
Joyville,
हैं।
Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs.
अरे escape ही
Burnett,
नहीं
who we
हो रहा
met
है ये
earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
don't be afraid. And don't admit guilt.
भाई सब ये दोनों बंदा यार कितना सही है यार, बेचारे मर गए।
Who are you to say that she cannot be judged?
Try to
We
say
are
one
the
of dialogue
majority,
loud, अच्छा।
And in the
Don't let them escape. We shall keep Navia here with us.
Don't let them escape. We shall keep Navia here with us.
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn?
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn?
How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just.
अरे ये तो ओसिनिड है।
Navia belongs to us.
ओसिनिड ऐसा
After
फूल
all
दिख
that
रहा
happened,
है।
she should not be left alone in Poisson.
अरे ये तो ओसिनिड है।
What are you saying?
No more excuses.
She says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be in?
What's with these people? Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us.
Miss Navia.
Silence.
That's
तो पता है ओसिनिड बन जाते हैं मरने के बाद।
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented
Oh,
are nonsense
Lorna
and
Monsieur
cannot
आ गया
constitute
अपना
a proper
Neuvillette।
trial. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
our thanks, monsieur.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place. What, can't bear to leave us behind?
Loose.
My apologies.
They will call
I
for
couldn't
a
resist
share.
making one little joke once I realized it.
अच्छा
Malus, Silver.
अरे यार
Quickly, you must come.
Goodbye. Demoiselle.
Farewell.
अरे भाई साहब बहुत बुरा है यार इन दोनों के साथ।
No, wait! Just a second!
अंतिम सांस तक बचाया इन्होंने।
You're awake. Good.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive.
Looks like you're all right.
You know,
Oh,
the
this is
fabulous cause you to have a
sarcasm.
nightmare?
Sorry.
Paimon could give you a hug.
Here Abyss Floor 11 2. It's pain.
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. You were just about to be dissolved. I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment. Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to
Wait, did you say Oceanids?
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me.
Bro बस तुम्हें अपना वो करना होगा क्या कहते हैं
To think that they'd keep doing
टीम को
so
सही से
even
बनाना
after
होगा।
death.
I know bro, I know.
Please come with me.
Don't worry bro. Take your time. It's not like a competitive game bro. Chill.
Nevertheless,
आराम से टाइम लो, आराम से कैरेक्टर्स बिल्ड करो.
Oh, I am.
Why do you look so stiff? Oh, Paimon knows.
I merely thought
तुम
that.
11/2 कर रहे हो तो वो बहुत बड़ा बात है. अभी I think न्यू प्लेयर के हिसाब से. This is a good achievement.
So, I hope all is well with her these
feel
days.
proud for yourself.
Her work in the fortress of Meropide has not been too much for her.
No way. Don't worry. She's doing.
I see. Well.
Oh, and the Duke also.
Thank you.
जैसे कि मैं खेलता हूँ, मैं तो कभी-कभी
So, Neverlet.
मैं तो लास्ट टाइम तक मोस्टली आई थिंक 10 तक जा पाता था. मैं तो बीच में अबिस करना ही छोड़ दिया था भाई. मैं तो इतना टीम गंदा बनता
Yes,
था.
of course.
मैं तो अबिस करना ही छोड़ दिया था. मैं ज़्यादा मैक्सिमम था पहले लास्ट 8 तक था. फिर मैंने धीरे धीरे ट्राई किया तो मैं 10 तक पहुंचा. फिर और टीम बिल्ड किया चिल होके, ताकि मैंने सोचा मुझे भी करना चाहिए.
Did the knave tell you?
इतने टाइम से खेल रहा
Yes,
हूँ
in fact.
तो धीरे धीरे मैंने भी कैरेक्टर्स बिल्ड करना चालू किया.
We originally.
तो अब धीरे धीरे वो 11 पहुंच के अब धीरे धीरे जैसे तैसे करके 12 पहुंच गया हूँ मैं. 12 कंप्लीट कर लिया.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that.
तो ऐसा नहीं है कि लाइक तुम या फिर कोई भी ऐसा तुरंत ऐसा हो जाएगा. उसके लिए टाइम दो अपने आप को. हो जाएगा धीरे धीरे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. इतना बड़ा बात नहीं है.
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
बस वही चीज़ है कि तुम जितना टाइम जिस कैरेक्टर को बिल्डअप करने में दोगे उतना ज़्यादा अच्छा रहेगा.
Things are about to get dicey.
Dada Kondana. Yeah, serve in a few months. The second team, my first team is Huta, Mona, Leila, and Sangling. Second team, Kaching, Dendro, MC, Ningon, Sinshu. Sinshu. अच्छा. मोना के तुम रख रहा आई थिंक होटाओ के बफ के लिए
Body and mind.
है ना. अरे भाई इतना एफओ भी बड़ा कैसे हो गया इसका अचानक से. हम तो बोल रहे हैं कि फिर से यार ये कोई दिक्कत नहीं. 11-2 हो जा रहा है तुम्हारा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. बहुत बड़ा बात है. आराम से टाइम दो, धीरे धीरे हर कैरेक्टर्स को बिल्ड करो. ये ऐसा तो ही है कि भाग ही जा रहा है. एबिस तो भाई हमेशा ही रहने वाला. आराम से टाइम दो, धीरे धीरे कैरेक्टर्स पुल करो. लेकिन भाई इसको अपने ही आप अंदर कैसे डैमेज हो रहा है. मरी गया था. कोई नहीं. अरे ब्रो होता है वो समझता हूँ. मेरे साथ भी न्यू प्लेयर जब मैं था उस टाइम पे मेरे साथ भी हुआ था. लेकिन धीरे धीरे हो जाएगा. अरे क्या कर दिया मैंने भाई साहब. धीरे धीरे हो जाएगा ब्रो, डोंट वरी. अभी तुम बस देखो ग्राइंड करने पे फोकस करो. ये सब ये एबिस मतलब जितना तुमसे हो जा रहा है उतना करो ट्राई. ठीक है, ग्राइंड करने पे फोकस करो गेम को. और सब ये जितना भी वो सब कंप्लीट करने का ट्राई करो. और अपने जो मेन कैरेक्टर्स है 4 स्टार सब, जैसे शैंगलिंग हुए, सिंचू हुआ, और जो तुम्हारा हुटा हो उसको बिल्ड करने पे भी फोकस करो मेन. कि वो सब मेन है तुम्हारे अबिस के लिए. अबिस पे तुम जितना भी कर लेते हो वो उतना करो. और दिल छोटा मत करो भाई. 11-2 कर ले रहे हो भाई तुम, बहुत बड़ा बात है ये चीज़.
Game's up. Time's over. Ring cutter. Higher, hands on fire.
भाई इधर आ.
Quietly now. Rain outlines your fate.
अरे फिर यार इतनी चढ़ रही ऊपर, फिर चढ़ रही। अबे यार बहुत बीटी लगता है मेरे को। I didn't got any 5 star for 4 months. सेम नहीं मेरा कितना लास्ट मैंने कौन सा पुल किया था, लास्ट कौन सा मैंने पुल किया था? अरे भाई मैं तो भूल ही गया क्या था, देखने दो को। लास्ट आई थिंक मैंने हुटाओ ही पुल किया है, उसके बाद तो आई थिंक नहीं है मेरा कुछ पुल अकाउंट पर। Why don't you use burst? सिंचो एंड येलान यूज़ तो करता हूँ मैं। मेन जो बड़े होते हैं ना जो लाइक जिनका एचपी ज़्यादा होता है उस टाइम पे मैं बस यूज़ कर, क्योंकि नॉर्मली मैं उनके ई स्किल्स और हुटाओ के स्किल से मैं बाकी सबको तो मार ही देता हूँ, बड़े एचपी वाले पे मैं यूज़ करता हूँ। और कहाँ लास्ट में क्या है, यहाँ हुटाओ पे निकाला था मैंने, और फिर पिटी बिल्ड करने के चक्कर में, न्यूलेट निकालने के चक्कर में मैंने अपनी 50-50 भी लूज़ कर दी कचिंग पे। तो रेडियंट शोगन तो मेरा कंफर्म ही है। ऑपरेटिंग हरी स्टफ, हाँ वो तो है। नहीं ये जोंगली के इस पे तो कोई भी कैरेक्टर खड़ा हो जाता है जब मैं लड़ रहा होता हूँ, वो उस टाइम जो बीटी चढ़ती है ना मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा गुस्सा आता है भाई साहब। मैं इधर लड़ना चाह रहा हूँ वो ऊपर चढ़ जाता है। मेरा 50-50 है रेडियंट पे। ओहो फर्स्ट टाइम वन 50-50 एट 50 मैंने तो आई थिंक मेरे अभी तक का अगर मुझे फ्लेक्स करना होगा तो मैं फ्लेक्स करूँगा नहीदा पे। वो मुझे सिर्फ फर्स्ट 10 पीटी पे नहीदा मिली थी, मतलब 10 पीटी पे नहीदा मिली थी। सोच रहे हो भाई, सोच रहे हो अभी तक का वो मेरा सबसे लकीएस्ट और फ्लेक्सिबल, मतलब फ्लेक्सिबल क्या बोला, फ्लेक्स करने के लिए वो मेरा। एक सेकंड।
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden spaces in the vicinity.
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
Stone slates. It seems like they were put here as an
hello.
offering.
आ गया।
Could we take them down and have a
It's
look?
Furina, my Kazu after losing
Perhaps
50-50.
we should just leave them be for
Nice.
now.
In first 10 pulls. मैंने हुटाओ पुल किया, मोना चार गया, फिर 40 पुल्स के बाद हुटाओ मिली। भाई हुटाओ तो क्या ही बोलूं। मैंने सबसे ज़्यादा दिमाग खराब किया था येलान के पीछे।
It feels like someone.
इतना डेस्परेट हो गया था ना, इतना डेस्परेट हो गया था।
Is that Lady Furina in the third image? Did the Hydro Archon fall into the water?
And is that a ring of people around her? But
The fourth image. I know this one. This exactly matches the content of the prophecy.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne.
ओके क्वेस्ट पे फोकस करते हैं।
More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it, most likely due to us missing the first slate.
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Nervalette. Deciphering ancient stone slates isn't one of your duties.
ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at these slates. This says that it's the history of the future, right? That means the prophecy should.
I really hope it doesn't mean that.
Still, Paimon feels like these images are kind of weird when you look at them together.
क्या weird है भाई, दिखाओ मैं भी। सब हूँ कर रहा, मुझे भी तो हूँ करने का मौका दो। The issue is the order of the third and the fourth images, right?
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the fourth, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the third, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
नाविया का कैरेक्टर और ये Costume design बहुत अच्छा है. The second image is also quite concerning. What is the sense of the people confessing to?
If we go by timing, Lady Furina only emerges in the third image. That means that the person in the second image might be the previous Hydroarch.
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records. The previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies. As if
मुझे Claymore में Diluc दिया
Did she herself
और
commit
अपना
that
Wolfu
sin?
Boy जो है क्या नाम है
And
उसका
if not, why would she be in such a
Razor
posture?
वो पसंद आता है.
Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents, could this place be the origin of the prophecy?
Razor.
Does that mean that someone, or some people, once saw these slates?
But who would have created these slates and left?
It seems that any further clues will have to come from Furina.
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing else to be gained here, so let's head back first.
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
Question: whatever things will truly play out the prophecy foretells or not to do. Challenge completed. चलो देखे क्या है ये फोटो. अच्छा इधर फोटो है नहीं, यहाँ स्टार्ट है ना. ये इससे बात का ये सेलेस्टिया जैसा क्यों लग रहा है? सेलेस्टिया तो और वैसा है ना, उसमें वैसा ही लग रहा है जैसे. और ये फुरीना रो रही है. फुरीना के अगल बगल रिचुअल्स हो रहे हैं. नाइस नाइस नाइस. पैसे दे दो, पैसे दे दो, पैसे. देखा, मुझे पता था सेलेस्टिया. देखा, मुझे पता था.
Let's split up here. I'm going to check.
You still have energy for that, Navia? Paimon's already beat.
Just head back to the flip.
I'll depart as well.
जियो में मुझे ये पसंद आता है.
I'm sure that
जोंगली
you're
बहुत मस्त
concerned about
लगता है
this matter
हमको.
as well.
और अपना
If you have
ईटो बहुत
time,
मस्त
drop
लगता
by
है
my
भाई.
office. I will share the results of our discussion with you.
Are you really gonna catch
ईटो
She
भाई
has long
वो
been-
मस्त बंदा है अपना.
I will be
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the Fluvsandra is always open to you, as ever. All right.
Now when you body part, you can face Spinner's base and Fluke and Sentry. I have no built Geo characters. First time Geo characters कौन से हमारे पास नोएल है और
Paimon's already starting to... Oh,
गोडो. अरे मोना मोना यहाँ क्या कर रही
it
है?
is. Huh? It's you two. What are you doing in...
Leila Cryo. Just start not tell you we might be here.
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're
I have
not a
Goro and Noel
Fontanian, are you,
consumption,
Mona?
but no, I ain't building
Well,
anything.
I have some business to attend to here, so I booked. Why did you think I was? Well, I
Noel-
used to have my own. There was nothing for it, really.
स्टार्टिंग में बहुत सही है.
Nope. Although
फिर
it
बाद
is
में
used
जाके
by
उसका
us in
उतना नहीं मुझे पता. लेकिन बहुत लोग ने ऐसा ऐसा बिल्ड किया भाई नोएल को कि क्या ही बोलूं.
In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one.
बिल्डिंग ले लें रोजारी. हाँ दोनों बहुत सही कैरेक्टर बिल्ड करने के लिए.
Astromancer, but
whoa,
my name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice as great scholar of the stars.
Oh.
Just take it as a title specific to astrologists.
Thrice as great? That's so...
Petty.
I know, right?
Talk about it.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same
Triple
as a
appetite Paimon.
Terrible! But anyway, you're not Fontanian, are you, Mona?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dormanport,
Dormanport
and I
का
traveled
आ रहा
with
है
the old
भाई.
hag for a while, after which I settled down in Mondstadt City.
Oh, that's a good thing then. At least we know...
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean.
Teasing Paimon is best. I've always
That
teased
was the
Paimon.
main reason, yes. The invitation was sent quite early.
What do you make?
What I can tell you, I'm afraid that on the flip side...
A visionary?
Of course. The old hag could do it. And I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexen Circle colleagues of hers who could do something similar.
अभी उसको Fontaine और उसको connect करेगा I think ये
Are you sure?
जैसा तक मैंने सुना ये Mondstadt से connect करेगा
Thanks, Mona.
Oh,
जैसा कि इसने अभी बोला था ना Dormant Port
That's the spirit.
Mondstadt का भी एक आएगा
I came to see what all the commotion was about.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here,
अरे इसकी तो इसने E ability बता दी quick as rushing water
If Paimon hadn't spoken for you, it'd be you getting all the weird looks. That's more luck.
So gonna get a good night's sleep in the सही बोल रहा हूँ मुझे भी लगता है Fontaine को थोड़ा मे भी बड़ा बनाएगा क्योंकि वो अभी कनेक्ट होगा Mondstadt से गवर्नमेंट पोर्ट के थ्रू Mondstadt में भी थोड़ा वो आएगा मैप को बड़ा करेगा वहाँ का न्यू भी लेट के ऑफिस में जाना है The center of whole देगा तो अच्छा मतलब मुझे पता नहीं आर्कन क्वेस्ट खत्म होने के बाद पैच अपडेट में क्या होता है उसमें लिखा रहता है पढ़ सकते हो उसमें नहीं तो फिर YouTube पे वीडियोस भी रहते हैं जिसमें आप बताते हैं बहुत सारे ऐसे इससे क्या क्या चेंजेस होने वाले हैं नेक्स्ट अपडेट में
They seem to have gotten into a dispute.
हर पैच में या तो वो कुछ बग फिक्स करते या ऑप्टिमाइज करते और बेटर
And yet the
और नए
problem has not
वर्जन्स
been
में
properly
कुछ
solved.
चेंजेस लाते
There is
हैं
little space for excuses between us. It is not my intention to offend you, but please tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not? Look at this. This is a list.
You mean...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson. Do you know anything about those?
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. But you found them in some ancient ruin?
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have... The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
Egeria
I don't.
Celestia के सामने कर रही थी, I think.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon? My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that I know nothing? I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Furina, but I have long known of your... There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor...
So you've been watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type.
well since you know about my secret investigations.
There's no point
क्योंकि वो
questioning
हमारे
or suspecting me. You're the
सिबलिंग से
Unix,
जुड़ा
but you're
होता है
still
कहीं ना
my
कहीं।
subordinate. You should be
उसमें कुछ
following my
हर एक
lead.
अपडेट में हमें कुछ ना कुछ पता चलता है, ये चीज गौर करना।
You're Archon and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to
क्योंकि
or not.
कांड्रिया
It'll all
वैसा
turn
है
out
ना,
fine.
हर चीज का शुरुआत वहीं से हुआ है।
That's all
I
I
mean
have to
like
say.
जितना भी जो
We
fuck
do
up
not
हुआ
discuss
है अभी
this
तक,
matter again.
और जो
The
हर चीज
opera's
छुपा
about
हुआ है
to
अभी तक।
start.
डेंस लिफ्ट प्लेबल है स्पेल। ओहो ये स्लो मोशन कैसा था?
Did Furina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her.
I regret picking male character easily.
I assume you've been outside.
Oh!
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Still, I do not understand.
We can't get it
Dialogue
now.
is the
अभी तो नहीं
basis for
मिलेगा
understanding.
बाद में, लेकिन वो प्लेबल है।
We may have to
डेंस
create
लिफ्ट प्लेबल है।
Normally,
अब
people will
उसका
We will
ये
need
क्या
to
कहते
consider,
हैं,
if at all possible.
विजन
This may
आई
be
थिंक एक
cruel
और नया
to-
विजन आने वाला, लाइक वी डिस्कस्ड।
But who will then?
एबिस और इसका भी आने वाला आई थिंक, मे बी। अब पता नहीं ये कितना सच है कितना वो है, लेकिन सुनने में तो आया है कि हम सबको और एलिमेंट्स मिलने वाले हैं फ्यूचर में।
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
ये
Our
बात
girl was
हो
just
सकता है।
involved in a disaster.
And here you are drinking tea.
That's what family should.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for.
Lend me your ears, everyone.
Skirk is also playable in 2026.
One of you might like to start us off.
भाई साहब
How about
इतना कौन वेट करेगा भाई?
No.
2025 में तो चांसेस है 25 तक में गेंशिन खत्म हो जाए।
How about you, good sir?
ऐसे मीम्स चल रहे हैं।
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become
क्योंकि
as somber
Fontaine तो हो
as it
गया।
is in court.
अब इसके बाद आने वाला है पायरो
Guess
नेशन
we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the
और
spotlight
उसके
at
बाद आई
last.
थिंक
I guess I'll
बचेगा
be
स्निज़नाया।
facilitating things from here.
उसके बाद जो फिनाले होने
That was a
वाला है।
little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right.
तो आई थिंक मतलब स्टोरी खत्म होने के बाद
Our
मे बी
friend
वो
here, the traveler,
स्कर्क को
has
भी
brought
करने
us
दें
together to
लाइक
discuss
कुछ इवेंट्स के थ्रू या सम क्वेस्ट के थ्रू अलग
As for
सा।
what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be
Oh?
Well, huh? Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public
I
speaking,
think
right?
Genshin Impact second.
This is a good...
I see.
ओहो
He is glad that you can.
ये वैसे कर रहे हैं क्या होंका इम्पैक्ट थर्ड की तरह, जैसे थर्ड बना।
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we.
I'm afraid not, though that was their name today. A trap, comprised so.
If for me, our line of.
You use some of those techniques while moving the...
Yes, and.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as.
And I can be.
With discretion.
तो
I remember that
मे भी
you
हो सकता है, मे भी होने को तो बहुत
about
कुछ
you,
हो
Monsieur
सकता है।
Neuvillette?
अब देखना ये है कि कितना चीज सही होगा।
That makes sense. But I do have one. If we were to create a... If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes...
Wait, what?
Only a hunter...
Huh. We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but maybe it's still not the best metaphor.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put, but we shall require much more courage than any hunter.
Oh, so that's what's going on.
I went to end Genshin here, not second. There is neither hunter nor prey, but there must be a trap. That is what you need. The strange fate. कहाँ गया? इसके अंदर है ना? The administrators who the fuck is Pam? I think एक बहुत लोग ऐसा बोल रहे हैं ये काइंड ऑफ एक सीली है जैसे कि सीरियन उसका ही आई थिंक वो एक कुछ वैसा टाइप का हुआ।
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much has been happening. Paimon didn't think Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon... well... It's hard to say.
वही बात है, it's all about guessing. कुछ लोग primordial god समझते हैं उसे, कुछ लोग उसे upgraded वो बोलते हैं, सीली.
Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all! Paimon's never seen that.
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
ये कौन है बे?
Who's that voice?
Aw, have you
Hey, you are familiar. You're the voice we heard from the sky in Sumeru.
The voice from the sky, I fear that description. You're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling previously. I sensed that confusion and thus came to you. Guiding people is an irresistible hobby of mine, after all.
ऐसा क्या है bro?
Consider me a passerby, just accepting a commission from my friends to the prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesized will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future. I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Tevat so easily be changed? Ah, so you've caught on.
अच्छा.
Just as prophecies are usually only the few other things that I believe that you understand, right? Ultimately,
The voice. What? Paimon hears someone talk. Alright, come in. Hey, it's you who's getting lazy, okay?
Well, I
I
see
didn't know
I've
him,
walked in
this
on
is-
some lively band. Fine, just fine. Not all fun.
Did she have pink hair by any chance?
Why, yes, I'm in full support.
That's right!
Ah, yes.
वो at least
About what
5
we had
minutes की
discussed
बोल.
before.
मैं भी करता
I
रहता
did
हूँ
try,
जब
but-
ऑफ स्ट्रीम जब भी करता हूँ.
Goodness gracious.
I mean जब कोई quest world quest जब इतना बड़ा होता है
The
तो.
Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. But I've never met her. And if she were still alive, she'd be...
Whoa.
Their abilities alone.
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she said.
Yes, she was quite. Perhaps it is something that you cannot know, right? Traveler.
Oh, we're...
I see. I guess you could consider me someone who has... But even so, perhaps that's what En was trying to tell. I did originally...
Huh. You do have a point.
that it was worth
कितना
trying to,
बकर
I
बकर हो रहा है भाई
suppose,
यहाँ पे. खत्म ही नहीं हो रही है इनकी बातें.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said. Hey, Traveler. Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by.
ये किधर है? क्या इमेजिन हो गया आपको मैडम? गाइस जो कोई भी लाइव स्ट्रीम पे नए आ रहे हो, अगर ये लाइव स्ट्रीम पसंद आए तो लाइक मार देना. सब्सक्राइब करना तुम्हारे पे डिपेंड करता है. अगर पसंद आए तो सब्सक्राइब भी कर देना. अबे कितना धीरे दौड़ती है सब. yeah, you told me. 4 a.m. एक काम करते हैं, काजुआ ले लेते हैं. अभी तो फाइटिंग कोई सीन है नहीं वैसा.
Sounds good to me.
भाई अब कितना ऊपर है ये? चढ़ जा काजुआ, तेरी इज्जत की सवाल है। और कितना ऊपर है भाई? सब ये भी फ्री है। आई यूज काजुआ व्हाइल फाइटिंग। मेल्ट मैं सॉरी मेल्ट बोल रहा हूँ मैं। वेपराइज टीम में मैं काजुआ नहीं यूज़ करता हूँ, यही लेता हूँ। और काजुआ ज़्यादातर मैं ये एक्सप्लोरेशन में यूज़ करता हूँ आजकल। या फिर अगर मुझे डेली क्वेस्ट जो करने होते हैं, डेली कमीशंस के, उसमें ये काजुआ रखता हूँ मैं। अदरवाइज आजकल अभी बीच में तो काजुआ नहीं यूज़ कर रहा मैं। ले यहीं पे था, बेफालतू में इतना सीढ़ी चढ़ा मैं। कौन सा ग्लाइडर पसंद है आपको? ग्लाइडर मेरे पास अभी एक ये है, ये। मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा तो ये PS वाला लगता है भाई। PS वाला बड़ा सही नहीं लगता है भाई देखने में, लेकिन उसके लिए PS चाहिए था। मुझे बाद में पता चला मेरे पास PS है मेरे भैया के पास। मुझे बाद में पता चला ये जब इसका इवेंट ही ख़त्म हो गया। मुझे इनाजुमा की अच्छी लग रही है अभी। इनाजुमा के लिए मैं ट्राई कर रहा हूँ। इनाजुमा की मस्त है, फिर फोंटेन की मस्त है, फिर सुमिरे की तो बहुत गजब की लगती है। वो फेरीज टाइप की लगती है देखने में। मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा इनाजुमा मस्त लगता है, ये पर्पल टाइप का लगता है ना, वो बड़ा मस्त लगता है। नहीं उससे भी ज़्यादा ये स्नो वाला लगता है, जो ड्रैगन स्पेन वाला जो है, स्पाइन आई मीन। फोंटेन बेस्ट। अच्छा क्या है फोंटेन? देखो फोंटेन की भी अच्छी है, लेकिन इनाजुमा के भी बड़ा मस्त है। मेरा इनाजुमा होने वाला है, बस ज़्यादा नहीं बचा, थोड़ा सा बचा हुआ है। अब के बाद हो जाएगा मेरे इनाजुमा का। अरे स्नो वाला है, नाइस नाइस भाई। उसके लिए तो अलग दिमाग खराब करना पड़ता है स्नो वाला के लिए।
My recent attempt thus didn't. So while the fourth journalist Charlotte took. She hasn't been able to get a hold of it. Ugh, seriously? Paimon's hungry. Should we go in and get something to eat?
आखिरी क्रिम्सन ढूंढते फट गई थी। अरे ब्रो तो YouTube गाइड्स का हेल्प ले लो, नहीं तो फिर ये गेंशिन का खुद का भी तो है ये बहुत सारा। ये क्या नाम है इसका? इंटरेक्टिव मैप्स। ऑनलाइन सर्च हो गेंशिन इंटरेक्टिव मैप मिल जाएगा, उसमें हर एक चीज़ का तुमको लोकेशन बता देगा।
One slice of cake,
Go
please.
collect Oculin in Inazuma.
Someone showed up. Me, could I have these 2 slices are for you? Oh, you know, Siege, I
अरे
sure
कोई
do.
नहीं कोई
You
नहीं,
said that
सबको
I've
धीरे
got
धीरे
something
पता
else
चलता।
to
मुझे
do,
भी
so-
नहीं पता था इस ये इंटरेक्टिव मैप के बारे में, बहुत पहले बाद में मुझे पता चला, तो मैं उसी से सब कुछ करता था। और नहीं तो
All
अब
right, let's dig in. I'm sure this
Lag
cake will
हुआ
be
अभी।
delicious.
अच्छा
It's more delicious
मेरे
than
में तो नहीं
last
दिख रहा है
time.
ऐसा।
And the flavor gets even better with a sip
अच्छा
of
ठीक है, फिर
cheese.
से हो तो बताना
It
जरा।
sure would be nice if we could come again tomorrow. Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious.
खाने के लिए आए थे, वाह भाई इतने अमीर हो गए हम सब, होटल में आके खा रहे हैं।
Oh, we're near the Seabird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon!
You've got some.
Oh, you need. It's all right though. I
Really? what brings you? A friend of ours met.
Ah, so you know. So she mentioned.
She said that you're a real.
Nice.
Huh?
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography. What I'd like to do is dive deeper and ask you to talk about the things you've seen and experienced.
Skip करे इस बच्चे को.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh.
Oh, so that's a yes.
Wait a random person asks you for your photo.
Wait, Charlotte. Paimon's still got a question for you.
Which dish you eat more in game?
And what's that?
I think मैं सबसे ज़्यादा वो खाता हूँ.
So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours.
एक मिनट को
Just
बताता
think
हूँ.
about it. If this, and then
ये
do you know what
हटेगा
I'd
तब
do?
तो.
Well, I'd write that. I'm not a dreamer, but anyway.
That's so. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we?
कटसीन आ गया क्या?
The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty. Paimon's been thinking. If it wasn't Fontaine. No, Paimon. We've always been moving to the. You mean still traveling? Huh.
For son away drops of by taking photo of you. Paimon can think about. वो तो मुझसे पैसा खाने के अलावा वो सोचता भी नहीं है. लेकिन कभी कभी वो भी कुछ सोच लेती है. अच्छा सजेशन देती है कभी कभी. लेकिन बहुत कम ही देती है.
So the two of you are still here.
Oh, you're from the Palais.
Yes, I'm Isadora.
अरे इसी का तो इवेंट आया हुआ है.
Not at all. I'm well aware that you're. Yes, and
a riot.
Well, that Lady Furina loudly again
हाँ वो
before
मैं
she
समझ
could
गया था
crowd continued to.
इन गेम का बात कर
I
रही थी.
agree.
So what happened after?
Seeing that the situation, the Marisho say.
So.
That's right. That said, I don't think there's much good.
Don't worry.
Is.
Well,
Paimon का भाई face जो meme material है भाई, meme material है.
If we know for and as Unraveling, it would be hard. Paimon thinks for. Huh. Well, what do you think? Paimon knows the answer, of course. But in that case, there's no.
रुको. कहाँ गया food मेरा? सबसे ज़्यादा मैं यही खाता हूँ. Chicken mushroom क्या skewer. ये सबसे ज़्यादा यही खाता हूँ. फिर उसके बाद फिर ये खाता हूँ स्वीट मैडम. उसके बाद क्या खाता हूँ मैं? उसके बाद ये खाता हूँ. कभी कभी ये खाता हूँ. ये वो बस अटैकिंग के लिए जब ज़रूरत पड़ती तब खाता हूँ. अदरवाइज़ नहीं खाता हूँ. सबसे ज़्यादा अगर मेरा है गो टू हमेशा ये है चिकन शरूम और स्वीट मैडम. या मस्टैश एकदम फुल वाइब लेके आती है फाइन डिटेक्टिव वाला.
All right, maybe I'll take one more day off.
Always cook 3 stars. अरे
This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already.
ये क्वेश्चन आया था विंसेंजो.
Here are signs of devastation.
विंसेंजो आई थिंक एक कोरियन ड्रामा भी है.
Here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible.
नहीं गई ले ऐलान मेरी गई. ये ऐलान मर गई भाई साहब. ये ऐलान मर गई.
That's Furina, right over there.
Should I just give up? What was meant to happen did happen after all. I'm sorry.
रो मत Furina.
I'm sorry. But what can I even do? Other than. Who's that?
Don't worry. Furina, you were crying just now, weren't you?
What do you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember. The show at the Opera House. They even dare to tout their Archon. I must teach them a lesson. I can. Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette and those people from the Marisho say
You're
Phantom are
actually beyond the
freaking out
devastation
right
right
next.
now, aren't you?
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there!
मारेगा क्या
Quick,
इसको?
after her!
अरे भाई साहब मार देगा लगता है.
They are... They're just some... that's against the rules.
भाग गई क्या वो?
Furina just ran off.
ले
Quick, we have to catch up.
फ्यूरिना के पीछे वो हम और फ्यूरिना के पीछे हम टू मच फन ले क्या गुंडा बनेगा ये सब सीधे सेकंड फॉर्म मात्सुमाके मीट मुझे भी पसंद है बहुत
There's a good hiding spot over here. Quick, come to Paimon.
What is this place?
Hurry, they're almost here.
Fine. I suppose haste is warranted.
मैंने बोला था ये लान मर गए भाई साहब कटसीन खत्म होते के साथ ये लान की मौत दिखी है
I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they display.
अरे चलो ड्रामे करती है
That's a good girl.
What's happening?
Yeah.
It can't be.
Well, there's no need to...
Yeah, but the people have put... It's true. I've tried, but oh my F, we cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way. And the prophecy shall be fulfilled.
अरे मेरा तो बहुत होता है मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम मेरा यही सब मरता है ये जोंगली मरेगी नहीं तो फिर ये लान मरती है
I do love the sound of that phrase. It would mean finally coming to terms with fate, but also for me to finally be free. Indeed, I've thought about giving up so many times, especially after we almost lost Poisson. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many people have already lost their lives. It all became clear to me. I still don't have the right to come to terms with fate on behalf of everyone else. As long as the final moment hasn't come, it's still not too late. Don't worry.
Yes.
Well, that's enough for now. I got the impulse to play the stricken maiden, but honestly, considering my rank and station, that wasn't a good fit at all. Don't take any of what I just said seriously. How could I possibly let Fontaine fall to the whims of trivial prophecy?
Come on! Paimon could have sworn you were actually being honest just now.
He is not some grandpa. He is just old and nothing else.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone. A witness. Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here. And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you? If that's the case...
कटसीन आया लग रहा है जैसे कि ट्रैवलर भी मारेगा इसको इससे मुक किया ओ भाई साहब मैडलिनी ने ये कैसे जादू कर दिया भाई? I would rather talk the
Ladies and
text.
gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance. Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our god.
So, this is what it is. Yes, you deserve praise for the effort you took to raise the dramatic stakes. Do not forget, however, that I am Fosalor, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself. Does it not strike you as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice to trial?
May I interpret these words as your refusal to stand trial? In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor
Venti
through
is
a
good,
duel.
but not like that. अब बहुत सारे ऐसे एनिमे कैरेक्टर है जो वेंटी को बहुत पीछे छोड़ दे रहे हैं. Like काजुआ सबसे ज़्यादा अभी prominent है गेंशिन में.
I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
Paimon can't believe it. She just surrendered.
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a human?
Wow, how utterly humiliating.
Lady Furina, what is the meaning of this?
It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both hands is not always an indication of surrender.
वो तो है, लेकिन काजुआ भी तो बहुत easy to use है.
I raised my hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. No duel shall be necessary. I will admit that I've been running away for a long time. I'm sorry, everyone. I was unable to protect the people of Poisson. It is my duty to stand trial for my crimes. You are not the only ones to be disappointed in me. I, too, am exceedingly disappointed in myself. But now, it is time for the Hydro Archon to show you her courage and resolve. I, Furina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice. This time, I will protect you. Applaud and rejoice. One of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclese is now unfolding before your eyes. Mark my words, this shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine. The trial of the Hydro Archon, Fosalor, will now begin!
Woohoo! ये बंदा अरे भाई.
Oh, now we're making history.
Why does it feel like Furina just took over the whole thing? Like, come on! Didn't she just get forced to stand trial for her crimes? Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic, she is taking this seriously this time, right?
करना भाई मेरे को बहुत वो लगता है बहुत.
Who will be my opponent in this trial?
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
La.
Is that so? Very well. Then please speak, witness of Tivat, my accuser and fated opponent.
वो तो है बेस्ट वीयर तो है वो ये बात तो आएगी.
Also, please allow me to ask
के साथ मस्ती
as
मस्ती
a
करते
final
हैं.
question before the trial
I somehow did
begins.
all evidence right in first try.
Just how much
अरे
work
nice.
did you do to force me onto this stage?
Well, we
मैं
did
तो
do a
सीधा
lot of
spam कर
prep
देता
after the
हूँ.
meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather straightforward and—
Navia, the president—
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates. They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members. waiting for the perfect. The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the prophecy is fulfilled. A spark, moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, when something like that occurred,
nice.
So we arranged for.
So you mean the ones who scoured the settlement for me were also.
And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box so you may personally
That's right. That house was a magic box, rather than someone's residence.
Sure, bro, sure.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epiclese, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Araneas. Its cargo, of course, was an Archon instead of a human. My thanks, Furina. Without your help, we could never have pulled off such an extraordinary performance.
You're welcome.
Bernard तो बहुत अच्छी बात है.
Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The House of the Hearth spent a massive amount of labor in Mora to pull this off. We had to select a location, construct the giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and open up a path through the water. It was a lot of work for all of us.
So, in other words,
Dendro applicants में मैंने देखा यागा को.
within the giant
उतना
magic
कुछ खास नहीं कर पाती है
was
वो.
just a normal tremor from the transportation of the whole house?
I mean,
That's right. It
वो
wasn't a
build पे
sign of
depend
another
करता है.
disaster to come.
अगर तुमने build बहुत सही किया तो ठीक है, लेकिन
Then I can
otherwise या उतना ज़्यादा वो नहीं दे पाती है अपना.
stage and made sure that the champion duelist would be immediately ready for a fight. Also that as soon as I appeared on the stage, the trial may commence without a hitch. Am I right?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your courage. Only the most outstanding champion duelist.
Thank you.
As for you, traveler, I suppose your role was you'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage.
I have Goro Singchu Bennett Shangling. रेड इंटरनेशनल बहुत सही है, वो यूज कर सकते हो. You make sure I didn't notice anything.
Oh?
Was to give you one last chance. You are please sure your secret will my interview that you said you said.
It's fine. It matters not. What's done is done.
Goro तो
The stage
कुछ
is
use नहीं
already
bro.
set,
To be
so there's no reason to disappoint the
Goro
audience.
सिर्फ जियो टीम्स में ही साइन कर सकता है. उसके अलावा वो ज़्यादा अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस नहीं दे सकते किसी और टीम्स में. वो स्पेसिफिकली जियो ही टीम के लिए ज़्यादा सही बेटर यूज़ करता है. तुम सिंगचू बेनेट सिंगयांगलिंग को एक टीम में कर सकते हो, लाइक
Sir Prosecutor, please
वेपर के
allow
लिए
me to
तुम कर
pass this
सकते हो,
along.
वेपराइजेशन के लिए.
This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial.
हीलिंग बिल्ड है तब भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, वो भी अच्छा.
Oh, so she's here too. Hey, Charlotte.
हाँ, कूजो सारा है ना, तब तो बेस्ट है.
Isn't this the exclusive interview that she did with us before? So she's already finished it, huh? Wait, then that means
कूजो सारा बहुत सही है.
we can refer to this
ये
analogy of
रेडन के लिए.
evidence every time we want to use something from our... Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duels you took part in at the Opera House. That's one for the history books, all right.
I also have seized it.
I didn't think that you'd wind up getting to the bottom of the case I'd been following. This is the first time Monsieur Fatui, the fortress. According to Monsieur Neuvillette, both child and that whale should have been in the primordial sea. I nearly lost. The words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably only be truly understood when
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on, Nervylette. Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays out my offenses. As the defendant and the lead actress of this performance, I still haven't even... Of course, it is only natural for humans to struggle to understand the actions of a god. However, you will need more than that to convict me of a crime.
That's true, but my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon. Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place.
Wait, what was that? Lady Furina's a fraud?
Hey, I came here thinking that we were going to try the Hydro Archon for forsaking our duty, but...
Charge accepted. Lady Furina, Lady Furina.
I plead not guilty. There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Furina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine, could be anything other than your true...
Yeah, even though Lady Furina can be rather eccentric, isn't it going too far to doubt her very identity?
C3 या C4 I think
I've never questioned her identity
जब तक अगर वो नहीं होता तब तक थोमा बिल्ड करना कोई फायदा नहीं है
super irresponsible.
उतना यूजफुल नहीं रहेगा थोमा को बिल्ड करना
does that prosecutor have to
अगर
make
तुमको थोमा बिल्ड करना है तो उसके लिए C3 और उसका C4 निकालो तब बिल्ड करो तब तुम्हारे रिसोर्सेज का कोई फायदा भी होगा अदरवाइज कोई फायदा नहीं है उसको
Many
बिल्ड
of the
करने का
members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born. There would be no fooling their memory.
C3 C4 के बाद ही वो मतलब अच्छा परफॉर्म कर पाता है
Even the Oratrice has decided to show me its favor. Are you sure you want to commit to a charge that will never be upheld? If you wish to drop the case, I can promise you as the God of Justice that you will not have to face trial for making a false accusation. We will treat everything that's happened as a dramatic spectacle.
An argument with near impossible odds, huh? We have to not only refute...
Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. If you must persist, then let me ask. If you believe I'm not the Archon, then what manner of being do you think I am? And if I was not the Archon, then how did I manage to live for over 500 years?
First of all, you may be a member of another long-lived race, which would allow you to naturally possess an extended lifespan. And second of all, even if that wasn't the case, there could be other ways to extend your life.
Such as a curse.
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave? You'd sink so low as to use a harbinger's words against me.
A curse? I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble a type of curse. But in light of this claim, perhaps what I sensed was not your divinity, but a curse after all.
Oh.
You sensed it too, huh, Nervalet?
Instead of an organ, could you just be a cursed human?
Lady Furina is actually a human?
Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to tell humans and gods apart just by looking at them.
I think हाँ वो 4th या 5th I think मुझे भी clearly नहीं याद है 4th या 5th I think वो भी
Well, don't start celebrating too early now. Even if I have been carrying a curse like you said, how does that prove that I am merely a human being?
4th है
Besides, everyone knows that the main difference between a human and a god is the possession of authority. For centuries, manifestations of my authority have served the nation of Fontaine. One need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this very opera house.
Oratrice Mécanique
or consider
d'Analyse
the
Cardinal.
endemitium that is used in every aspect.
That one trial proved the opposite. We actually had no control over the Oratrice at all. Child conviction to yeah.
referenced the Oratrice. But weren't you as confused as all the rest of us when the
कैप्टिनोस
Oratrice declared
वो
child to
है
be guilty
जिसने
without
स्टार्ट
any
किया था
proof?
ये बनाना हार्बिंजर रैंक
You should
आई
have
मीन
come
वो
up with
सबसे
a good
टॉप का वो
explanation
है
for that by now.
सबसे
Didn't
पावरफुल है
I
वो
make myself clear at the time? The decisions of the gods are naturally difficult for humans to comprehend.
Lady Furina, I believe a reminder of your current circumstances is in order. While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come before all else. While you are an Archon, you are also first and foremost the defendant in this trial. You will prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges if you continue to withhold vital information against the rules of the court.
That's Pierre, not him.
I never thought you'd use that kind of rhetoric against me.
That was no trick of rhetoric, Lady Furina. I've merely reiterated the rules of the court. Rules that all should respect and follow.
So, you neither knew why Child was declared guilty, nor did you understand the structure and operations of the Oratrice. Instead of having been created by you, the manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by the real Hydro Archon, haven't they?
The real Hydro Archon. Well, now you're really losing me. It is true that I did not know why the Oratrice gave out a guilty verdict that day. But the Oratrice handed out that verdict unilaterally, and it has been operating independently ever since it was first created. You can't argue that just because a divine creation is flawed, that the god behind it must also be no god at all.
भाई कितना झूठ बोलती है बंदी.
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like she's confident that we won't be able to produce proof that she has no power.
My power as an Archon. There are many ordinary citizens in the audience. How can I just carelessly demonstrate the formidable...
If that poses a concern, I'm prepared to extend my protection to the audience.
The village buys up. ये तो पूरा
You don't need to go
बैंड
that
बजाने पे लगा
far.
हुआ है.
Aren't you the Hydro Archon? Or is it that you can't even wield the power of Hydro, much less the authority of a god?
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons derive their power from the faith of the people, and I've converted the people's faith in justice into Indemnitium. Thus did I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone with energy for their daily lives. Have you ever seen a more magnanimous god?
Isn't that?
Yeah, no matter how generous an Archon can be, how could they give up all their power? Can a god with no power even...
It seems like nobody's buying Furina's excuse.
Hey, come now, everyone. Please don't stare at me as if I was a liar. I'm still
You
the
will
same
chance
Furina you knew, right?
The way you look
the
at
one that
her
you loved.
after the quest.
Shouldn't you
Achha.
want to believe in me? Please?
If what the prosecutor said is true, she really has committed a grave offense.
Did she deceive all of us? And all of our parents and grandparents too? And then all of our ancestors? Ever since they were born?
Enough! That's enough. Tell me then, if you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon's existence, nor can you find anyone who can back up their claim to be such, then what grounds have you...
Wow, she came up with yet another argument.
If we can prove that she isn't Archon. अरे भाई क्या था पढ़ ही नहीं पाए. एक मिनट रुको हमको स्ट्रीम पे देखना पड़ेगा बैक करके. If we can't prove that she is in the Archon, we can try to prove that she is just a human, and if she is only human. अच्छा हाँ वो फ्यूरिना तो कॉन्फिडेंस भाई देखो झूठ बोलने में उस्ताद है फ्यूरिना.
That doesn't sound right.
कुछ भी कैसे सेलेक्ट करो भाई. नहीं दिया तुमने बोला कुछ भी सेलेक्ट करो. वेट देखने दो विक्रम लेनी अटॉर्नी तो ये तो नहीं है रेलेवेंट है हाँ ये करता है ये हो जाएगा ये भी नहीं है ये तो होगा ही नहीं गलती से दब गया अटॉर्नी वाला तब अपने पास ऑप्शंस क्या बचे सिर्फ ये बचे रिजॉल्विंग वाला
It has been established that all Fontainians can dissolve in water from the primordial sea. And that means...
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use right here and now to eliminate all suspicions of you being the latter.
Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before addressing the court. Though you act in partnership with the prosecutor, you must still adhere to proper procedure.
Yeah. एक बात तो सही है डिप्लोमेट तो बहुत बढ़िया है
I swear this really will be the last time that I'll speak out of turn. Now,
इससे पहले भी
I
गलती कर
brought some
चुकी है
seawater from Poisson. As everyone knows, a massive flood struck the area not long ago, taking many lives, including those of some of my closest friends. So, Miss Furina, would you dare to touch some of this seawater? If we are to believe that you are indeed the real Hydro Archon, touching this seawater would have no effect on you. All it should do is strengthen your case.
If you
don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster at Poisson, nobody wants to see any more people dissolve. I do hope you'll act prudently and choose the simpler path of admitting guilt.
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. The Spina has governed Poisson for many years. I guess her suggestion is valid.
If Lady Furina is indeed just a human, she's probably Fontainian like all the rest of us. Would she really dare to try?
वेंटी क्या करता है क्वेस्ट स्किप कर दी थी कुछ नहीं करता है सारा काम हमें ही करना पड़ता है वो बस गाना बजाता है और ड्रैगन को कंट्रोल करता है बस और कुछ नहीं
Lady Furina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution. As it falls outside the realm of standard court proceedings, you possess the right to decline participation.
Well, of course he had to tell her that. But refusing to participate is basically the same as a confession of guilt.
She's just staring at the water without saying a single word. It really does seem like she's quite terrified of it. That could only mean...
What's going on? Is she really planning to... that's not what we thought she would...
Due to the inherent risk of the test, Lady Furina.
Hey!
अरे भाई
I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! My hat, will you believe me now? I really am your Archon!
Miss Siegewin? If you are present, Miss Siegewin, please come forward and attend to the defendant.
Siegewin?
वो तो है भाई साहब उस टाइम जो बादल गरज रहा था जब हम सब वहां से आए थे जब सिग्नोरा मारी थी तब
That should be enough.
Please announce the results of your evaluation to the court, Miss Siegewin.
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Furina was displaying symptoms of hyperventilation and flushed skin. These indicate that she was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater. The extent to which she was affected is the same as other humans when exposed to primordial seawater of a similar concentration.
Thank you, Miss Siegewin. Lady Furina, you may return to the defendant's stand.
Oh, wait. What did she just say? I didn't get dissolved. Shouldn't that be enough to prove my innocence?
Well, considering your tendency to run from your problems, we did originally prepare a direct sample of the seawater around Poisson. However, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not concentrated enough to dissolve an actual human. After all, on the off chance that something entirely unexpected might occur, we don't want anyone else to lose their life to the sea.
Yeah, so out of safeguard for Furina's life. You secured a low-concentration sample and asked the head nurse to serve as an expert witness. It's a great thing that the direct sample wasn't
Guys,
actually
जो कोई भी
used.
लाइव स्ट्रीम
Furina
करना
could
है
have...
वो अगर पसंद आए तो लाइक सब्सक्राइब कर देना
Believe you.
और हम सबके फैमिली या गेमर्स कम्युनिटी को ज्वाइन करो. That's unlikely how she usually acts, unless it's actually more important for her to keep her facade than her to save her own life.
Listen to me, everyone. Please don't give me such cold and disdainful looks. What happened just now didn't prove a single thing. Think about it. How can you conclusively prove that an Archon can't also be affected by the primordial sea water? Also, if I was really just a human, why would I dare to just put my hand in...
ले कोई नहीं मान रहा उसके बाद.
Anyone, just listen to me. I swear, I really am your Archon.
That's a genuine moment, I guess. हाँ वो तो है.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. The odds are just too stacked against her now.
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't think there's any way left for Furina to win.
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. She's too stacked against her now.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Furina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Furina is guilty.
रो रही है वो बैठ के अपनी कुर्सी पे. Just like the prophecy.
We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the
Oratrice
final
Mécanique
verdict on the charges.
d'Analyse Cardinale.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Furina is...
Cat song in background.
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice's verdict?
No, the Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Isn't that correct then?
However,
the
exact
song in the
wording of the
background.
verdict is thus:
मेरे साइड यहाँ पे हो रहा है ना, और
the
स्पीकर पे वही बज रहा
Hydro-Archon,
है.
guilty to be punished via the death sentence.
That's actually one of the available sentences? I've always thought that it was just a myth.
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court. And it's been
मेरे
given
घर
to
के
the
आसपास
very person
वहाँ पे
we've
स्पीकर
worshipped as
लगाया
the
हुआ
god
है
of
उन्होंने, तो वही
justice.
गाना बजा रहा है.
What an unexpected twist.
Furina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice? We just wanted to use
I'm
the
from
trial to show
Bihar.
her the seriousness of things so she'd tell us the truth. How did things escalate this quickly?
This outcome is indeed quite strange. According to Fontaine's current definitions of justice, as well as his recommendations for criminal sentences, is this sentence really appropriate for the crimes that have been committed?
Yeah! Even Fache wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice. You know, the real evil mastermind behind the serial disappearances case.
Indeed. Not only is Furina's sentence overly excessive, the very point of our trial today was also to prove that Furina has never been the Hydro-Archon in the first place. But now, the Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the title of the Hydro-Archon. What does this mean?
Excuse me, if I may
Terminate
interrupt.
आ गया.
Is the trial still going?
Fremine! You finally made it.
Mm-hmm. Any mission.
Stone slate on the.
Is that the first prophecy
मिल गया
slate?
prophecy slate.
Huh. So the knave privately arranged for Fremine to try and find the missing...
I looked everywhere and finally found it at the bottom of the sea. It took me a long time to get around some dangerous stretches of water. But has the trial already concluded? Then, doesn't that mean I've come too late?
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to review the record left on the slate. Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the other existing slates. I would like you to...
चलो चलो जल्दी नीचे चलो चलो जल्दी नीचे चलो.
So what do you see? What is
This
it?
looks like the previous are releasing her divine power, turning those units into human beings.
I believe I've now made sense of the Hydro Archon's crime. It has to do with Fontaine's lost history.
Huh? Isn't the Hydro Archon just guilty of deceiving her people? Oh, wait, no, that's Furina, and we've already proven that she's not the Hydro Archon. So when you say Hydro Archon, do you mean the real Hydro Archon we've been kind of talking about?
In truth, everything that you've encountered in Fontaine up until this point can be traced back to the contents of these stone slates. However, I'm uncertain as to how much sense they currently make to you.
खत्म नहीं हुआ अभी तक.
Oh bro, hello. आ गया.
Let's try to recall the contents of the
नहीं अभी तो नहीं हुआ. अभी चल ही रहा है. ओहो ये स्लेट वाला आ गया सिस्टम. हेलो लाइव स्ट्रीम को हेलो बोलो.
slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro Archon using her divine power, and then the Oceanids turn into humans. Does that mean that Fontainians are transformed Oceanids? Oh, Paimon wasn't expecting that. But if Oceanids can turn into humans, then perhaps this process can be reversed as well.
अरे हाँ हमारे ब्रदर है ब्रदर. हमारे बिग ब्रदर की तरह है हमारा. बॉयज आज के लिए इतने स्ट्रीम में मुझे जाना होगा थोड़ा खाने के लिए. मम्मी गुस्सा आ रही है. बाद में स्ट्रीम करते हैं फिर से इसे. आज के लिए इतना ही पे रखते हैं.
Stone slate shows Celestia floating in the sky, and the Hydro Archon and her people worshipping it together. But
Patna.
the
I'm from
heavens still
Patna.
brought judgment down upon them.
टेल मी बोलो तो पटना से हूँ मैं. पटना बिहार. बाय ब्रो बाय. रात में आता हूँ फिर से वो हॉरर गेम खेलने के लिए. नहीं तो होगा तो वो आता हूँ. अच्छा नालंदा से. नाइस नाइस. तो ठीक है गाइस तब तक के बाय बाय. फिर आता हूँ नेक्स्ट करेंगे. बाय बाय बॉयज़. टेक केयर एवरीवन. बाय 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 बाय.